Well, good afternoon. It's Sunday, July 19th, I believe. Um, I need to address people in Michigan. Now, our governor has created unrest. Obviously, we've had a shooting in Eaton County, or a stabbing. I'm sorry, stabbing in Eaton County over masks. We had a cop in Grand Haven over here get his foot run over by a lady who was pissed off about masks. What's really disturbing to me is the community here. A few years ago in Grand Haven, when I moved here, there was an issue about the cross on the hill, which is by the singing fountain up on the hill. If anybody's been here for vacation during the summer, you've seen the fountain on the hill and the cross that stands there. Now, somebody who recently, I guess, had moved here was found it offending, but the outcry, the public outcry, won out, and the cross still stands. That's amazing, right? With all these statues coming down, this happened way before that. So now I want to address, I can't remember the name exactly of the hot dog shack. I call it Pups. I'm assuming it's been there a long time in Grand Haven. The man goes on Facebook and voices his opinion. Now, according to our First Amendment rights, we have that right to voice our opinion without fear of prosecution, correct? Now, what Grand Haven has done, some of the citizens, was they started to protest him, call him out, the businessman, one of theirs, shamed him into taking back his opinion and conforming with them. Does that sound right to you? Does that sound any kind of okay? What the hell is going on in Grand Haven? Our governor goes on TV, tells people to call out others, to incite hate, basically, to incite hate. And what did these people do? They call out one of their own and force him to conform. How sad is that? Yet the cross on the hill still stands. What does that stand for, might I ask? Why the public outcry for this cross if hate runs like this in your community and you don't care about anybody's First Amendment rights? I'm calling out Grand Haven, Michigan. Shame on you. You should be ashamed of yourselves. You're supposed to be a God-fearing community. I've seen more churches in this community than you could choke a horse with. And you have the cross on the hill that you had public outcry for. And what do you stand for? Now I'd like to go to your Grand Haven City pages. Interesting read. They have a whole article on there. What is it? A plan for rights? Go look it up. You guys just violated your city's own plan. Now the city can be held liable because of you citizens that want to take the law into your own hands and discriminate against a business owner that's one of your own. Are you freaking kidding me? You have a non-discriminative plan in your city pages. Do you even know that it's there? Did you even go look? Do you know what discrimination is? Do you know what the First Amendment says? Now, I don't live in the city of Grand Haven, but I'm a patron of Grand Haven. I live in Crockery Creek, and I'm proud of it because those of us out here in Crockery Creek, we care about each other. We don't care what each other's opinions are, but by God, when a neighbor needs help, We're there to help them. And that's the truth. I could not even fathom making somebody to conform or lose their business. Really. One other point. Our governor is rogue. We have legislature. And I know you know what legislature is. We also have a checks and balances system. And it's not about your checkbook. What this is our government is put in place so that no one person can exercise authority over the people, which means Queen Whitmer. She has unilaterally gone against the Constitution, against the laws of our state and government, and against the laws of the United States, violating our Constitution and our United States constitutional rights. She is criminally negligent for putting COVID patients in nursing homes. Her words are not law. Her edicts are not law. She's been called out 3 times by the Supreme Court and shot down all 3 times on her laws. Yet businesses, both small and large, are discriminating against every person in this state, country, by mandating masks by non-law. There's going to be a lot of things happening. And I'm going to tell you what, this is all politically motivated. Republican states haven't shut down. They don't have mandated masks. They don't have any of this nonsense. However, this virus loves Democratic states, doesn't it? It's got a mind of its own. It doesn't go after BLM or MLK or who the hell ever. I don't even care anymore. But it'll get you in church. It'll get you on the beach. It'll get you in the park playing with your kids. Teachers, wake up. Pull your heads out of your asses. Since when? Since when? In my entire existence, since when? I've seen teachers go on strike because of pay in my lifetime. Last year, we had 1.5 million people in the United States die of tuberculosis. 1.5 million. Where was the outcry then? Where was the mandated masks then? We had an epidemic in the United States, but yet nobody reported on it. Had it been an election year, oh yeah, they jumped right on it. It really means that much to you. The left is so far left, it's not even funny. And if you're believing all this cock and bull, I got news. My mother-in-law was in the hospital this last week in Grand Haven. I had plenty of opportunity to talk to several people in the lunchroom that work there, doctors, nurses, surgeons, anesthesiologists, phlebotomists, all walks of life in that hospital, nurses, RNs, LPNs. Our news reported that we had 300, I think it was 300 and some odd cases of COVID patients this year in the hospital there in Grand Haven. Not one, folks. Not one. I asked, why isn't anybody reporting this? Because it's not newsworthy. The news will not touch it. Not newsworthy, really. It's not pushing the agenda of the left. That's why. And then if these people come out and try to talk, they're fired. Point blank fired. Some people, which I cannot name, which I spoke to, just for shits and giggles, because there's really not a lot to do in the hospital, have sent test back, one on a pear, one on a cabbage, and another one on a banana, all came back COVID positive. And it's not newsworthy. None of it. Not a shred. Where does this leave us, folks? Where? We're calling out each other, our citizens, that we live together, that your kids probably went to pups and did summer work there for summer, made money. I'm sure he treated them fairly. I'm sure he's well liked by everybody who's ever worked for him. But yet, because he had an opinion, we're calling him out and making him conform. Hate, ridicule. I myself went to Love Incorporated in Spring Lake and was told I could not shop without a mask. I went to their corporate offices. The secretary is behind plexiglass wearing a mask, and I'm made to wait in the parking lot. In the parking lot, folks. She's behind plexiglass wearing a mask, and I am told to wait outside. Hella frickin' Luya on that one, huh? Would you put up with it? Do you think that is humane in any way? What about this winter? When people don't have a mask, are you going to be told to wait outside on the bench in the wintertime? As they come out in their mask, and why don't you just dress in bunny suits, people? Really? I was disrespected as a human being. Screw all this COVID shit. I was disrespected as a human being. Made to wait outside like a dog. Hats off, Grand Haven. You're doing an excellent job at persecuting your own. Alienating your own people. Hating your own people. So far, there has been, like I said, a stabbing in Eaton County. Grand Haven's own police gets his foot run over, and you persecute one of your own, and you discriminate against me. Where does that leave us? Is this the community we want to live in or want to do business in? I get more respect in Coopersville, Allendale, than I do in Grand Haven. That's saying a lot. We don't have an overwhelming majority of rich people everywhere. Not all of us live in nice homes, have nice cars, have bank accounts. It doesn't mean we're not human and we don't feel. The businessman is trying to keep his business alive, keep his family fed. Instead, you don't look at that and say, great, we're glad to have you back open. You lobby against him and protest so that he conforms to your ideals. Well, folks, if those are your ideals, I hope he picks up his business and goes elsewhere, because you don't deserve him. And you don't deserve other good people who have their businesses there either. Because if they're going to be afraid of persecution by the citizens of Grand Haven, where's that going to leave you? A city full of hate, racism. That's racism, folks. And it's domestic terrorism. You haven't made yourselves any better than Black Lives Matter or Antifa. You've just stooped to their level, like it or not. Well, I've said enough on this subject. I think I'm going to go play some cards with Mom. Have a nice day for the rest of the day. Thank God it rained. And I hope everybody watches what they're doing. Stop this crap with the governor. Impeach her. Our House and Senate, impeach her. Don't make us do your dirty work. She has criminal negligence, number 1 on her list. Screw your court case. Impeach her. Do the right thing. Pull your heads out of your asses. We don't have to sign petitions. You have the authority to get this done. Do it. I've already emailed my House rep. I've had enough. I'm tired of this hate and manipulation and political bullshit. The numbers aren't there. You're being lied to. Everybody knows it. But yet you got your people that just follow blindly. Bah. Knock it off. Do some critical thinking in your lives. For Christ's sakes. 99.94% survival rate. Hydrochloroquine is now allowed to be used. Other therapies are working. We've more than flattened the curve. More tests does not mean more deaths or more sick people. Half truths don't cut it, media. You're pushing agendas. Like I said, Republican states, they ain't got no problem. They ain't got no problem with virus, masks, Black Lives Matter. Their statues ain't coming down. They're having happy lives. Everything's open. The Democratic states, folks, it's political. This virus don't have a brain. There is no virus. Plain and simple. So, House of Reps, do your freaking job. Recall her. Impeach her. Be done with her. You do not have to wait for court. Just because you have a court case, are you kidding me? We've had enough. She's on the TV lying, making laws that aren't laws. Her edicts are exactly that, edicts. She can eat it, as far as I'm concerned. Get rid of her. It's your job. Isn't this an election year? I think instead of pushing your own election status quo, why don't you do us all a favor and really show us what you got? That'll get you reelected. Sitting on your asses, doing nothing. I'll vote y'all out. I'd push for all that. I'd stand at the polls. I'd like to replicate myself to stand at the polls. Because if you can't do this one thing and get rid of her and do the impeachment process and start it now, what good are you? People are dying in nursing homes because of her. Don't you care? Screw the constitutional rights that she's been stepping on. Criminal negligence. Wake up, House of Representatives, legislature. Wake up. Impeach Whitmer now. Start it. Fuck the goddamn court case. Lives can't wait on that. Move your asses. It's your job. You're civil servants to us, the people in the nursing homes. You have an obligation to us, to people in nursing homes. Get the recall process there, or the impeachment process going. You're in session this week. One of you stand up and introduce it into the House. Would you please? It's your duty, and show the integrity and do it. Okay, between that and Lansing, Grand Haven, You've been slammed enough today. My message to Grand Haven, though, is to apologize to that man. He deserves it. He deserves a public apology and then leave him be. And anybody else who has an opinion, shame on you. It's just a head shaker. Domestic terrorism is terrible, so is hate. And that's my angle for today. I love Ingram, so I'm going to steal her little thing. That's Katrina's angle for today. Love each other. Let God rule over you, not a governor.